Hello, I'm Jerry Fort. Gonna kind of explain a little bit to everyone what's going on with the channel right now, and has been going on for a few months, I guess, off and on for a few months. But um, I tried to explain this on a just a little review or demonstration between Boxer beer and a Bud Light. Mix it anyway. You'll see that. I'll upload it too. But I was trying to talk a little bit about what's going on with the channel, but I'll just make a separate video about that. So some of you that have been subscribers for a while know what's going on recently in my life, and but some of you are new and really probably haven't heard, and maybe wondering about my content right now. Seems how the title is the beer review guy. I would wonder about it too if I came onto a channel and subscribed thinking that you're going to see beer reviews, but all you're seeing is just breakfasts and lunches and snacks and candies and all this and that, and I don't see any beer reviews. And I look down and there hasn't been a beer review for quite some time. So I would be wondering about it too. So I wanted to explain a little bit to some of my newer people, and maybe some of my older ones that have not yet heard or something. But I recently had to fix my living room floor because the supports underneath that had rotted over the years, and they had, these are your wood supports. They're about this thick. They go across the the living room. So, and underneath those supports you have in my old house, you have bricks that support those big boards, and those big boards are supporting an upper floor, plywood. So over time, where those boards are, they, weight up above, people walking, the weight of furniture, whatever, they start crack. And plus we had, got a termite problem because of so much moisture underneath the floor, from the fact that we live on a hill, and when it rains, water goes down the hill and and goes up underneath our house a little bit, just from water flow, whatever. So it gets underneath there and makes it a little muddy, and termites love that, so they start chewing on wood, so I start chewing on wood, so weight up above, in time, they just start giving way. So this house was built in the 40s, if I understand correctly. It's an old house, and these boards, when my brother and I tore into it, they look like they could be the original boards. So, because most people are not going to fix something if it isn't broke. So those things had supported, the upper floor over all this time, so they haven't bothered with checking on it. The crawl space underneath there is not, you can't really get underneath there very easily. It's pretty low. So these people are not going to inspect it. So anyway, yeah, we started feeling soft spots on the top, underneath our top tile, vinyl tiles, and it just got worse. And pretty soon, you could noticeably see the living room floor in the center area and other places starting to look a little bit leaning. It's because the supports are slowly sinking from being cracked, and they're just keep going and going and going. Pretty soon we're just going to be stepping through that floor because of the upper plywood underneath those tiles was so rotted, and termites were living in the plywood and eating it up and making it hollow, and you know, that's when you start feeling more soft spots like that. And then when you're hitting the soft spots, there's nothing to protect the boards underneath from being pressed down harder. It just, yeah, just like a domino effect. So we had to do something about it. I mean, we got to the point when waiting for my brother to come down to help us from Colorado. We couldn't walk on the floor anymore for fear of stepping through. So we had to move our recliners, our TV, our entertainment center into our kitchen. Imagine that. And we left everything else in there, you know, the couch. But when it was time for my brother to get down here to help me, then we had to move everything else off the floor to tear it up. So yeah, when we tore it up, it was bad. It was really bad. So it was time. There's nothing else we could do. So a lot of money was spent to get that fixed. So a lot of money, a lot of time went into getting it fixed. It was just a big process. I'm not familiar with that kind of work. So I had to have my brother's help. He's more familiar with it. So yeah, and that took a lot of time. And in the middle of working on that, after my brother done his part, and I think before too, a little bit, my back started hurting. So I got to the point where I couldn't do anything for about a couple of weeks. So there's a lot of downtime from getting stuff done, and it just took a lot of time, a lot of money, a lot of time. We went right into the holidays. Around the holidays, you're spending a lot of money on gifts and stuff. So I didn't have money to buy beer. Just to come right down to it, I didn't have the money to buy beer to review. I had some to just enjoy, you know, just everyday beer. I drank a lot of that, and then my nephew and his wife brought me some beer from their job that they had for a party, and they was wanting to get it out of the employee refrigerator or something like that. So they brought me some Busch beer, there were some cans of Coors Extra and Corona Extra, and there was some Bud Light, and I had some Old Style already, which is probably one of my favorite regular lager beers. So I've got some to just drink, but I just didn't have any to review. So I was trying to fill my videos with some content of something. So you know, you got to have groceries, stuff like that. So and that's something I do anyway, is review a lot of just regular basic stuff, you know, that you would get from the grocery store. So there's that. So I'm just waiting to get through the holidays and get back to normal, and then I will get when I get paid, I don't have like a whole lot of expenses coming out. I can afford to get a few beers. It's going to take a little bit of time. That's a hard hit, you know. But you know, this is a hobby. I don't get paid for my reviews. I don't get paid from YouTube. I don't monetize my videos. Those of you that don't know that, you know it now. So yeah, like I said, this is a hobby. This isn't a little side business. So I just hope that y'all, you know, be patient and just kind of just try to enjoy the stuff that I do put out as content until I can get some viewers. So we're finally getting the house back to normal again, getting stuff back into the living room, getting things kind of cleaned up from the whole mess. So it just takes some time, but yeah, it'll get back to normal. Just hang out with me in the meantime, and yeah, hopefully you guys will hang in there long enough to see upcoming reviews. I gotta get some money to hit my liquor stores again and see what's new out there. I haven't really, I don't want to go into a liquor store when I can't afford it and see something that I want, and then all of a sudden I'm like, oh gosh, can't afford it, so my wife don't drink beer, my son don't drink beer, so it's just me, and I don't want to be selfish, you know what I mean? So just kind of waiting. So yeah, there's that. Just wanted to just kind of let you guys know where I stand on my channel and what's going on. So yeah, let's see, is there anything else? I don't think so. Okay. All right. Thanks again for being subscribers. I appreciate you guys. This has been a long haul. I've been doing this since 2016, so I'm still enjoying it. It's a fun hobby. It's probably one of the longest hobbies I've had. So so is that it? I think so. Okay, this is my last day at my job. I'm going to be here half a day, and then I'm going on my break through the holidays. Be off work for a couple weeks. So I'm looking forward to that, getting some needed rest, and be thinking of stuff I can review. But yeah, I think that's it. I keep thinking of things. And okay, there's your explanation and of what's going on with the channel. Apologize that I didn't let you guys know that sooner, so you wouldn't be left to wonder what is going on here. I didn't think about the possibility at the time when I come up with my channel name, the possibility of doing varieties of foods and stuff. But by the time that I had thought of the idea of doing that, I was already invested in my channel name. So I didn't want to go through, I've already had cards made to give to people, to see if they're interested in subscribing and watching my content or whatever. So I'd already had cards made. I'd already told, a lot of people what the channel name's called, and it's just like, I don't want to go through the trouble of changing the name. It's already set in stone. So now I just kind of, I have my my channel trailer, which I made. My son helped me make that trailer maybe a year after I started reviewing. So I already had that trailer going, and yeah, it was just too late. So in that trailer, I explain that it's a variety channel. And my message that I send to companies to see if they're interested in me reviewing their products, I mention it's a variety channel. So I don't know. I had some new cards made, and I don't know if I mentioned it on the card or not. I don't think I did, but anyway, yeah. If you don't know like a whole lot, you haven't seen that trailer, you don't know like a lot of what I review, there isn't really a whole lot that I don't review. I review everything. Pop, soda pop. I try to do this with Jeremy, but if he's too busy, I can't get him to review it with me, then I go ahead and do it. I was reviewing energy drinks with him, but he's busy, so can't hardly get him to do those. Candies, coffee, any kind of beverages. There's even a few times I reviewed water, just to give you a sense of what I was doing. The simple things of a review, just simple things to review. Condiments, ketchup, mustard, honeys, barbecue sauces, hot sauces. I haven't reviewed Kleenexes yet, but just to give you an example, if a Kleenex company contacts me and says, we have a line of Kleenexes that about 10 to 15 kinds, some with lotion, some with menthol, some with this, some with that. Would you be interested in reviewing our Kleenexes? And I would say yes. Send them things. I'll blow my nose in them things and tell you what I think. That's just an example. I just recently reviewed Tic Tacs. There's a couple holiday Tic Tacs that came out, and I reviewed those. Creamers, coffee creamers. It's just something that interests me that I never was interested in, never thought about before. But there's so many different things that people will search because they are interested in what it's like. And it's kind of cool to kind of be maybe that review that they find that tells them, gives them the answers that they were looking for. They had that happen many times. They say, thank you for doing that video, because you answered the question that I needed to needed to know. So I mean, I've reviewed coffee pots. Well, not coffee pots in general, but K-cup machines. A couple of those, I think. Almost at 20 minutes. Just kind of giving you just a overview of kind of what I do, what I don't do. But yeah, okay. I think I'll end it there. Thank you all for watching. Thank you all for being subscribers. And stay tuned. Just keep on the lookout. Never know what I'm going to do. But yeah. I also have another channel. If you're interested in that, it's called Jungle Jerry's Treehouse. It hasn't really taken off yet. Only got 55 subscribers on there. It was an idea that I had. I know I said I was going to turn off the video, but I don't take very many opportunities to tell about my other channel. It was I was directing it toward being a kid-friendly type of a channel. I was going to read, because many people have said that they like my voice. It's soothing, it's calming, they say. Some go to sleep by it. Some have asked me to get into ASMR. That's right. Yeah, ASMR. Yeah. And I've done some of that because they asked me to, see. But my ASMR was, believe it or not, was what I call, I don't know if it exists or not, just kind of the title I gave it was low tone singing. When I was younger, I had a good voice. As I've gotten older, my voice has diminished. It's gotten deeper, so I can't really hit the notes that I used to do. But with the low tone singing, you don't really need to hit like notes like that. So I've done some songs. They're older songs. Some of you might have heard of Don McLean. Did I do some Don McLean? I can't remember if I've done Don McLean, but he's one of my favorite singers. Cat Stevens, Bobby Goldsboro. What else? Terry Jacks. I think that's his name. But yeah, if you're interested in those videos, just look them up. Just put in, go into my channel in the search, put in ASMR, and it'll probably bring them all up. If you want to hear me do those songs, you might enjoy it, you might not. I've got just a lot of different stuff. If you're interested in some different stuff that I've done and you don't know where to look, just ask me. And I'll tell you personally to your comment where you can find them on my channel, because I've got thousands of videos. So you can only imagine that, you know, I've been uploading videos since 2016, and a lot of times I was uploading 5 at a time. So because of being a variety, I was trying to put out there, let everybody have something different to watch. If they don't like beer, they don't want to see beer review, they want to see something else. So I would do a beer review, and then I would do a snack review along with it. Got some soda pop fans, and I had a soda pop one in there too. So I just boom, 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 boom. Just put 3 or 4 different ones out there for everybody to get to see. That's kind of what I was trying to do. Can't do that much, like a whole lot anymore. But I try, you know. But yeah, just put in the beer review guy, and then put in ASMR, and you might try low tone singing in the description too. I don't know. Anyway, if you're interested in that. Let's see. I had one of my subscribers, it was a fellow reviewer, not a reviewer. He uploaded music, and he created his own videos. But he became a Facebook friend of mine, and he lives in Brazil, and he did a dedication to Jerry Fort video, and which when I uploaded it, because he gave me the rights to it and sent me the video, when I uploaded it dedicated to Jerry Fort, I had a few people thinking that I had done passed away or something. It was kind of crazy. But he took pictures from my Facebook, and he adapted a video of me. He put just regular video clips in there of other people, but it was a song to, it was a Foreigner song. I think it was I Want to Know What Love Is, I think. But there's pictures of me when I was younger. My wife is in there. If you're curious about what she looks like, because she doesn't want to be on camera. If you're curious about what she looks like, you'll see her in there when she was younger. And there's some pictures in them when we were older too. But and then Jeremy's in there. Some of my brothers that have passed away are in there. Just kind of shows us a variety of my family. If you want to watch that, just put in, I think it's called Dedicated to Jerry Ford or something. So you can watch that. I also have a compilation video on there that you guys might like. It was meant to be funny. I think it is funny. Jeremy and I went through some of my videos and adapted a kind of a funny, I think it's called Funny Moments. Put that in compilation. It's beers and other stuff that I'd found that I did not like, and what I said about them was authentic. I you know, the things I said was how I really felt about it. So, but it just kind of came out kind of funny, and we found this song to put with that video that it just fit it so well. And got that. You guys might enjoy watching. I'm kind of telling you this stuff because since the content is light right now, give you something to watch if you're interested and you're waiting for videos from me. These things will give you something to watch while you're waiting. Also, I like to draw. I don't draw very much anymore. I'm not really like that good. I'm not an artist. I'm not a professional. It's just you know, an amateur drawer. And but I one day took it was when Jeremy's done some editing for me, and but we've had trouble with editing, and Jeremy doesn't have a whole lot of time to help me edit videos, you know. So but he had some time a while back, and he done some stuff for me. But I did this drawing video where I draw. If y'all are familiar with the classic rock band Dio, there's a creature on there that on the album covers that's pretty wild looking, you know. And I drew it's from Holy Diver, if you know that song. I drew that creature in about like 5 or 6 different parts, and Jeremy put them all together. And so I'm drawing the video. I'm drawing the picture of the Dio creature from looking at a copy, and I'm freehand drawing it. And he speeds it up, and so you're seeing it come together like really, really fast. It's pretty wild. And we found some cool music to kind of put into the video, and it goes really well with the drawing. So check that out. It's called, I think it's called drawing. Put in drawing the Dio creature or something like that. But yeah, check out that. Some years ago, I think it was like not too long after we moved into this newer house, had a lot of brush, you know, small trees, trying to clean the yard up, and it created a lot of brush. And we've had some storms that created like piles of brush, trees, stuff like that, limbs. And I made a video of me burning all that stuff, and Jeremy edited that too. You might find that interesting, because because he speeds it up. Not at first, but he speeds it up later on into the video. And I can't remember if he puts music with that too or not. Just put in burning brush or something like that. It might come up. But yeah, there's, let's see, what else did I do? Back to the other channel. I didn't explain more about that yet. I started off reading a book called 50 Stories Based on True Events from Each State, or something like that. Strange and weird stories based on true events from each state. I did each state a story that came from every state that made, I guess, made the papers or made the news, that was strange. And a lot of them are like paranormal, you know, stuff like that, if you like that kind of stuff. And I read a story from each one of those. It took a little bit. It was kind of fun and interesting. I try to make them silly, you know. So if you guys want to look at those weren't the first ones I did, but you could check those out. And then after I got done with those, I started reading some of you when you were kids. You remember the Magic Treehouse books? Jeremy has, from his childhood, like all the Magic Treehouse books, up until we just stopped buying them for him. But I read a bunch of those. I still got some to read, but I just kind of fizzled out. The channel just wasn't getting like a lot of interest, so I just kind of fizzled out on it a little bit. But I'd like to go back to it, do some more, continue on, at least finish the Magic Treehouse books that I hadn't read yet, get that at least to a completion, and then maybe do something else. My original plan was to upload stuff on that channel that isn't reviews. I wasn't going to do any reviews on Jungle Jerry's Treehouse channel. Only read stories or do other stuff that doesn't have to do with reviews. Like if you guys had already seen my cat Buffy, before we moved stuff back into our living room, I set up my old Hot Wheel track and was rolling them down, and she was chasing them a little bit and being silly. That would usually go to Jungle Jerry's Treehouse channel, but I knew that people, you know, wouldn't see it because they're not subscribed to that channel like a lot of you. So I thought, until it gets a little bit more popular, I'm just going to keep putting that kind of stuff on the regular Beer Review Guy channel. So, all right. 33 minutes. Give you something to listen to. Thanks for watching. Appreciate it. See you guys on the next one.